Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to week 8 of the 2018 Sprint to Success contest and training. It is unbelievable. We're already week 8. I mean, that is 2 full months, and I'm seeing some great activity. I'm seeing some great results and seeing some momentum being built as people are posting their tracking sheets. So congratulations to you for those that are committed to your goals and really taking action. As we continue to say, it is all about attitude, activity, and skill. And certainly we can have the right mindset and we can get educated on a weekly basis. But until we apply what we learn and have that activity in motion, we may not get the results that we're looking for. And through activity, we will build that skill. And you'll see that as your skill increases, your confidence will increase, your competence will increase. And through that activity, you can either get more done and more quality, qualified appointments, resulting in higher sales, or you can actually have less activity but get the same results. So either way you want to look at it, I don't want to minimize the business, but I do want to say that as you proceed and continue to increase that activity, you are going to see that skill increase as well. And tonight, we're going to take a little bit of a turn. Rather than talking about web solutions and websites and demo appointments and digital marketing products and services and really going through those 5 C's, we're going to take those same principles in the 5 C's, but we're going to apply them to business building. So tonight is all about prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring. We got an incredible featured speaker tonight. But why do we want to focus on prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring? Well, it comes down to duplicating your efforts and leveraging your time. We do want to make sure that we keep the main thing the main thing. And when we think about the mission of Market America, here it is. Market America's mission is to provide a system for entrepreneurs to create an ongoing income while providing consumers a better way to shop. And in our case, with MA Web Centers, customers are business candidates and helping them create more customers, increase marketing, decrease expenses, maybe streamline some business practices. So really delivering B2B products and services to a business clientele, but they're still consumers of ours, right? But what we're really talking about is creating an ongoing income. Now, certainly residual or recurring ongoing BV and retail profits month to month with web solutions is incredible, but really we want to talk about leveraging our time and creating that residual ongoing income by building out an unfranchised owner network. So I am so happy to actually introduce our featured certified trainer, certified Web Center trainer for tonight's presentation. He comes from Street, Maryland. He's a local coordinator of Maryland, Virginia, and the Washington, D.C. area, a master UFO, shopping annuity master member, and recently, well, within the year, has achieved professional coordinator. So has also developed not only his Web Center business, but has also improved and increased his business income by achieving a new UFO level and achieving professional coordinator. And again, professional coordinator is an unfranchised owner that has earned between $4,500 to $7,500 in a 4-week pay period. So it is an incredible level. It's really where you start earning some professional income and very well on your way to a residual ongoing 6-figure income. So I'm actually going to turn this over to our featured speaker. So please help me welcome Chip Emley. Chip, are you with us? Let's try this. I'll unmute you. Chip,
Oh,
are you with
there you
us?
are. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Fantastic. Yes, we can. So I'm going to let you kind of take it over from here. If you need me help advance the slides, let me know. But let's get into prospect recruiting and sponsoring with the Web Center division.
All right, great. Do I have control of the slides here?
You sure do.
Perfect. All right. Where do we start? Well, just as we, engage in prospecting for website clients or digital marketing clients, the same can be said for our business. We're looking at our warm market. So really, how many people do we know? Well, your average person easily knows 60 to 200 people. If you include friends, family, neighbors, teammates, people you went to school with, any organizations you've joined, especially if you lived in different areas throughout the country, you probably know quite a few people spread out geographically, different places that we've worked, and our social media. We can even download our Facebook friends list, and that alone could be 200 people. Between that and what we carry with us every day, which is our mobile phone. As we've seen from other presentations, we're on that device so much. There's probably easily 100 plus contacts just in that phone alone. And that's really important because we want to build that names list. That's our inventory. That's what we're going to use to go through to find potential partners. But along with that, it's important that we maintain that list. So we don't want to, it's not a static exercise. We are going to be adding to that list on a regular basis because they're everywhere. Just like customers, our possibilities are everywhere we go throughout our daily lives. We're out running errands, we're out shopping. I can't be the only one that has appliances break in my house, out shopping for something, and we're talking to people. So, it's about adding to that list on a regular basis, and it changes your mindset. If you have 2 names on that list and you're only working with those 2 people, well, that's one thing. If you have 200 names and you're constantly growing that list, that's a whole different mindset for you when you're actually talking to people about, growing distribution and growing your team. And so of that list, we're going to take that top 10 and we're going to prioritize that top 10 and work with your mentor or with someone, your business partner, to come up with approaches for each of those top 10. And then as you go past that top 10, you're going to continue to build those relationships, as we go. It's all about connection, whether it be joining a community, connect with prospects in other ways through other activities, whether it be sports, whether it be if you have kids, wow, that's an instant way to connect, especially if they're involved in sports, because that's a weekly thing. In some cases, travel, you get to know people, you're building those relationships, you're engaging in conversation, just about everyday things. It's not about walking up to someone and, all of a sudden bringing up the business. It's about engaging in conversation, finding out more about them and about what they like to do. Maybe unearthing their why, if you will. Sometimes it's called exposing their pain. And we call about, form, family, occupation, recreation, and money. Because really anything we talk about is going to lead back to those 3 things, right? If it's about sports or it's about school, travel, work, do they like their job? Do they not like their job? Just be interested in them. And if you're interested in them, what's actually ironic is they find you more interesting. So that's really a great way to not only learn about them, but at the same time, for you, you're uncovering knowledge that could be useful for you as you build that relationship and build that rapport. And they're attracted to you because you're showing that you care about them. It's not about what's in it for me. It's about what's in it for them. How can you help them? And really, that's what we do with our business, whether it be helping a business with a website or maximizing their current website through digital marketing, through reputation management, whether it's helping someone with one of our products like OPC3, whether it's helping someone with our business. I mean, we have what no one else has. And we have the ability to help someone, whether it be $300 a week, $300 a month, $1,500 a week, whatever it might be, we have a solution to help them through a product or through the unfranchised opportunity. And so one way to kind of break the ice, if you're a little concerned about approaching people, is maybe doing a call workshop. Get together with a few partners on your team and make sure you have a names list and a charged up phone, and bring a charger just in case. And get together, and this could be text, this could be calling. When we talk about a call workshop, it's just about getting on the phone, getting off the phone. It's not about calling, cousin Tim you haven't talked to in 3 years and having a half-hour phone conversation. It's, hey, wow, you just came to mind. I only have a second. The reason I'm calling is, you're well connected, or I always thought you were really smart growing up. I know, you're really important with what you do. Edify them a little bit. You may know the right people. I'd love to get together for coffee, right? And it could be, if you're worried about meeting by yourself, it could be with your senior business partner. Hey, I'd love to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you and my senior business partner. It may or may not be for you. Either way is fine with me. Okay, you're taking the pressure off, and can you help me out, right? It's very quick, very easy, on and off the phone. So it's easy, especially if you're with a few people that you're a little nervous the first time around. You're all going to be nervous. But once you see the momentum of a group of you making these calls and you're seeing, wow, some people are getting appointments and I'm getting an appointment too, then that makes it a whole lot easier for you to do that. So doing the call workshops, there's great resources for those that Jim Winkler did, the script you see here, even how to organize a call workshop. And it could be a text workshop where you're reaching out and texting people. Any way to connect with someone, to have that exposure of showing them the plan and moving forward. And the next step really is a one-on-one, a two-on-one meeting, getting them to a home business presentation, getting them to an online webinar, UVP video, sending them a follow-up video, or even to a UVP or even to a seminar that's happening in your local area. Any ability to have exposure moves them one step forward, moves that chain one more yard down that line. And the WebCenter program can actually really fit nicely into that and can work for everyone. So you can choose the way you fit the WebCenter program into your business building. Okay, so we have a system, the unfranchised system. Well, the WebCenter program is a system all by itself within that system. And it's built on talking to business owners and then leveraging the team of professionals you have available to you. So who might be a good candidate to be a WebCenter owner? Well, are they friendly, motivated, self-driven, organized, well-connected? Really could be anyone. They don't have to have a technical background. In fact, in many cases, technical background might even be a hindrance because they think, oh, they want to try and take it apart and they want to try and do all these things technical with it, where really all you're doing is making friends like you do right now anyway. So who is for the WebCenter program? Well, really anyone. Anyone who has access, they can sell a line of products as WebCenter owners to the WebCenter program and leverage the team of professionals. There's also a pro program in the US, and what that does over the WebCenter program allows for fully customizable websites, co-branded storefronts, invoicing and administration. You can create new layouts, and a lot of this stuff may sound really technical, but it comes down to is a kind of an upper level WebCenter program, and it's geared toward people who are already in the web technology or the marketing arena. A pro affiliate, it could be an industry professional that has light access to the unfranchised business, or a pro partner is an unfranchised owner or existing WebCenter owner who has sold more than 20 websites and qualifies as a pro partner. And they're an unfranchised owner in their own right, but they also have access to all the benefits of the pro program. And the three ways we can share this opportunity for the WebCenter. One is to go to the MAWC411.com, which many of you are familiar with, and the evaluate page. You can download the PowerPoint. You can attend a live webinar overview. You can view a recorded overview. And it's very simple, very similar to how we showed the plan. You can expose someone to the power of the WebCenter program. It really becomes a partnership. And the pro is the same way. You can go to MAWC411.com, and there's actually a WebCenter Pro overview there. You can learn about that and share that with people that you think might be a good fit for that program. So when we do an overview for web centers, we always look at, okay, how to evaluate a product or service. How do you evaluate anything, whether it be a business, whether it be an investment, whether it be a major product? Well, one, a product or service. Is it a product that I like, and can I market it? Can I make money with it? Is it profitable? Is there a system behind it to support it? And along with that support, can that support help me grow my business? And then how do I get started? What are my different options for getting started? So we have all of these with the WebCenter program. We have the system. It's highly profitable. It's an amazing product line, backed by support by several different teams and several different, sales, customer care, design, marketing. It's all there to help you maximize the WebCenter potential for you to be able to make money, grow your business, and concentrate on that, not being a web developer, not learning code. That's not what this is about. This is about you doing what you do best, and let them do what they do best. And what that also means that it's easy to duplicate, right? So we get started with we get a web center owner started correctly. We duplicate what we do. And the thing is, it's like having kids, right? You duplicate anything, whether it's positive or negative, right? They see what you do and they're going to start doing the same things you do. Same thing here. So your team will duplicate what you do. If you plug in the system and use the system, they'll do the same thing. And that's what really happens. So it's not always what works the best, it's what duplicates the best that really will move you forward and provide you more success. You don't want to be the only go-to person, because when you go on vacation, you still don't want to be that go-to person. You want to be on vacation and have your team duplicated while you're enjoying vacation at the same time. One really great opportunity is the WebCenter intern. This is pretty unique to the WebCenter program. And what this does is allow someone to be able to come on board even if they don't have the money to start the business right away. It gives them an entry into the WebCenter program, into the franchise. And it helps duplicate along the way because it plugs them into the system right from the beginning. So it's not about hiring people. So you're not hiring a sales force. That's not what we're doing. We're duplicating through expanding distribution of business partners. So, oops, went too far. Clicked once. So the Web Center prospect can use the product specialist and the teams to do the same thing you do and sell their first site. So by relying on the same teams that you do, by duplicating your success through them, it improves their success rate, helps them to become an unfranchised more quickly, and helps them learn the duplicatable process that they can carry forward to their people as they expand their distribution, expand their team. So how do they get paid? Well, very easily. So your intern sells a website. You as the mentor, as the original Web Center owner, gets paid. Then you must use that profit of that sale to help launch that intern. So that retail profit goes to start their business, start their own franchise. They get their Web Center Fast Start Kit. And then you give the extra profit to the UFO so that they can get the trainings and do everything else they need to do to start their business properly. Now, it is perfectly acceptable to keep a little bit of the profit for yourself because you have expenses. You have taxes, you have Web Center fees and things like that. But the majority of the profit should go to be launching your new partner because you're not just getting one sale. You've now launched a partner to which you're going to have a long-term relationship building that business, which benefits both you and the new partner. So then we start the intern. So we carefully select someone who we're going to work with. We activate them as a Web Center prospect in our Web Center tools. We provide them with education. They can attend the WCT 101, online Web Center training. Okay, they learn the 5 C's. We go to the basic 5, the shopping annuity. They get the education. It's not about, okay, here you go, and sending them on their way. But we give them that education, and then they use our Web Center to book the appointments and sell that site. And they use Web Center Action Plan to help them set those appointments and kind of get them in motion. So you show them how to use, for example, our 12-week action plan to get started and have a track to run on. And then they can even show plans to other prospects along the way, similar to a trial run, so they can also simultaneously be expanding their distribution. And when they're ready to come on board, they then also become a UFO. They've earned some retail profits. And if they've been showing the plan, they also could be well on their way to activation. And really, it's that simple. Like anything else we do with our business, it's simple, it's duplicatable, and follow the systems means less work on you, and everyone does a little bit, and the whole thing counts for everyone.
That was so great, Chip. So simple, streamlined. I just, sometimes we talk about prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring, and sometimes we make it more complex than it really is. It's just getting in conversations with people, and I love how you laid it out. I mean, I've jotted down a whole 2 pages worth of notes as you're speaking, and if we just kind of go back kind of to the beginning where you said, you start just like with web centers, you just start with a candidate list or a names list, and I loved how you said there's a psychology behind it, having 60 to 100 to 200 names written down, because it's not the same as having 2, 5, or 10 names written down. But when you have a list of 60 to 100 to 200 names, you have that confidence, like, I'm going to find the right people if I just go through the process, right?
Correct. That's right.
So, I mean, I think sometimes people, they think, oh my goodness, I've got to write down, 100 to 200 names and I've got to contact them all. I think sometimes it's just to have that confidence and the belief that, geez, I have a lot of people at my disposal that could refer me business or could potentially be interested themselves. So it really comes down to the psychology behind that. And then you did a great job. I know a lot of us who've been in the business for a long time have heard about the call workshops, and we've seen the videos and the trainings, the YouTube videos that are out there, and Jim Winkler has done a lot with the call workshops. Um, but also, I like how you said it's really, it could be just communicating or connecting. It could be text messaging, and I think it's like an approach workshop. I mean, it could even work for WebCenter owners that want to get together and make some connections and make some calls and try and schedule some either consultations, or it could be to schedule someone into an event. But knowing the events that are coming up, whether it's a UVP or a webinar, knowing what to plug people into is also important. But it's a very simple and easy to use script, and I challenge everyone to just try it. Try it, pull out the bullet points and call someone and tell them you're going to practice on them, right? Practice on a family member or someone that you don't think will be interested at all, and just say, hey, I want to run some things by you, and then go through the bullet points, and you'll be pleasantly surprised how easy it is to make those approaches. And what that does, like you mentioned, was that it builds confidence, right? You get some people together, you get the contacts, and you start seeing some success, and it makes you want to do it more. So I love the connection workshops or call workshops because it's all about activity, right? The most result producing activity that we can do is schedule meetings and appointments, because as we know, without activity, nothing happens. So fantastic from a business building standpoint, just in general. But then how you broke it down into how it applies to maybe WebCenter owners. And if we're talking to 60, 100, 200 people, chances are we're going to run across some people that own businesses or know people that own businesses. So we could actually create a leads list or a candidate list for potential web solutions. And at the same time, we might find those friendly, motivated people that might be interested in the WebCenter division as well. So it's just about using the tools. And all through this, what we're really focused on is building base 10-7 strong. Right? So whether you're doing the trial marketing campaigns or you're selling some websites or digital marketing products and services, you're looking to have 10 active customers purchasing around 30 to 50 BV per month worth of products, plus your own personal purchases. And then we duplicate that and expand our network and basically repeat that. So there's a phrase that you said, and I put some asterisks next to it, and I'm actually going to cut it out and put it on my wall in my office. It's not always what works, it's what duplicates. And sometimes we all try and get creative and find, these really interesting, intriguing ways to do things. But really the most important thing is to keep it simple and to make it duplicatable. And that was a great reminder. So thank you for that, Chip.
My pleasure.
One of the other things I want to make sure that people understand, and I should have put it on a slide here, but we do have the live webinars for the WebCenter Owner Overview and the WebCenter Pro Overview. So for those that are listening in tonight, the live webinars for the WebCenter Pro Program Overview is on the first Tuesday of every month. And then the WebCenter Owner Overview is on the second Tuesday of every month, and both of those are 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can put that in your calendar, and you can know that you can always invite people to evaluate it based on those webinars as well. We do have the recorded versions. We also have the pages on the Evaluate tab on mawc411.com with all the information and the presentations, but you have those live webinars that some people like to plug into as well. Next week, actually, for this Sprint to Success webinar, we're actually going to feature the WebCenter Pro program and help develop a candidate list for WebCenter Pros. So we're going to talk about prospecting, the recruiting, and the sponsoring process of using the WebCenter Pro program. So that'll be next week. We'll feature that. But also, there's that nice program that we've got in place, which is the WebCenter Intern program, and it's a great way to get someone started, to get them to basically fundraise or intern their way into the business or become an apprentice. And it's very important that people don't start hiring salespeople. These are people that are going to be business partners of yours where you can create some leverage. So you want to make sure that you duplicate everything that you're learning through this division, the same tools and resources, and providing that to people. So it's really not just about educating them, it's about demonstrating with them, right? It's about sitting down and working with them and mentor them. True mentorship and coaching on a weekly basis, teaching them the 5 C's, working with them to create those 5 C's. And is it worth your time? Absolutely. Like you said, Chip, this is more than just a sale to you. This is part of building that ongoing residual income and really impacting other people's lives as well. So, definitely get some more information on the internship program. It's very easy to set one up. You can go to a WCT 101. We do talk about it in that class or the training. You can also see that online on mawc401.com. But it's very simple. You just enter someone in your WebCenter as a contact, and under contact type, you just select WebCenter prospect, and then it goes from there. So, Chip, any other final words or anything that's come to your mind as I've been talking, as you are presenting, anything as it relates to business building that you would like to share with the field?
Well, just really keep it simple. We are a system, and the more you embrace the system versus trying to get too creative out of the gate, the more you'll find the system works for you and it works for everyone else. Market America knew right up front that this is going to be built for the average person on a part-time basis. So using all the tools we have, even in the WebCenter program, same thing. I've seen people with zero technical background. They could barely use AOL, and yet they can sell websites. So it's just, if you go to the training, learn about the system, and then follow that system, and then duplicate that system with other people in a simple, duplicatable format with some daily habits, it's going to be so successful for you. It really will be. Just those daily, weekly habits of doing those things are duplicatable within the systems we have, pay off enormously versus trying to do big activity in small spurts. A week here, then nothing, then a week here, then nothing. Just a nice consistency of duplication is really the name of the game.
Right. I love it. You may or may not have realized what you just said, but you said it's about the daily habits, not the daily activities, right? And I think there's a huge difference there, right? You got to get into the habit of doing the simple daily tasks. And quite honestly, a lot of people are attracted to the WebCenter division because of the retail profits and the amount of money they can make initially. However, it's really the ongoing recurring residual income that is really powerful. And of course, the retail profits is nice. I think that's kind of like the icing on the cake. But I think there's a lot of WebCenter owners that have done very well over the years from a cash flow perspective, but they weren't sure how to actually expand the business. But you did a great job tonight, Chip. So I want to thank you again for being on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'm privileged.
Fantastic. So if you are in the Mid-Atlantic area, make sure you look up your GMTSS events. We have trainers like Chip Emily doing the WebCenter 101 and 201 trainings. So it does come down to tracking and reporting. You don't want to let anything slip through the cracks, and we've talked a lot about follow-up, and the fortune really is in the follow-up. So you want to make sure that you're doing a good job taking notes. Again, we have these sheets right in the 12-week action plan that can really make sure that you are getting habitual with your activity, like Chip said. It's a great way to just, who did you contact this week? What type of person was it? What kind of prospect? Was it WebCenter related? Was it a business related? Was it a customer? Who did you book appointments with? Did you conduct any appointments? What's the follow-up? What type of appointment? Who's new to your list? Did you get educated this week? And of course, if you're majoring in web centers, minoring in web centers, or WebCenter Pro, what are your weekly goals? It's all right here in this simple to use format. So you definitely want to check that out on the action plan. And again, we've got our 30-day sprint to success tracking sheets, and that's really just your accountability. So make sure that you're posting that on the WebCenter owner support group on Facebook. We do a roll call every week, and in the comments, you just snap a photo. And whether you've got all zeros or 300 points, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it's not about perfection, it's about progress. You're just trying to improve upon your results from each week moving forward, and that's how you're going to create those positive success habits. And again, this is not just website, web center, digital marketing related. It's about the whole picture. We've got the shopping annuity on here. We've got the WebCenter sales goals on here, and we also have the unfranchised business expansion goals on here as well. So if you're looking for what to do, print off a new section of these sheets. 30 days, it gives you 4 weeks of the tracking sheets, and you can total it up, and you should be totaling up your past 4 weeks on the summary sheet to kind of see where you're at. And again, next week we're going to focus on the WebCenter Pro program and really talking about how to prospect and recruit through that program as a way to expand your WebCenter business. So a couple announcements that I do want to highlight. As many of you know, Meet-On has been shut down, but all the video resources can be found on YouTube channels, various channels across Market America. Certainly, we have all of our videos on the official MAWC channel on YouTube, and that's going to be for you as WebCenter owners. But we also have our professional channel, which would be great for clients, candidates as well. And that channel is MA Web Centers Official. So youtube.com/MA Web Centers Official is for clients, candidates, and the public. And for you as a training resource and product training as well, on there is on youtube.com/official MAWC. So you can see all the other Meet-On videos across all the other departments and divisions in Market America have been taken down, and they're getting moved over into other areas for you to access. I also want to ask, are you plugged into your GMTSS, right? You want to schedule yourself into your monthly local UBP, right? As an unfranchised business presentation coordinator, we always want to make sure that we have something in place, and we as unfranchised owners want to participate. Think of it as your monthly staff meeting for your business. You want to make sure that you schedule that in ink, do whatever it takes to get there, and if you can't make it, schedule yourself into another one in your area, but you want to commit to the system. And also alongside that, you want to purchase tickets to your upcoming local or regional events, and we should all have our eyes focused on Miami MA World Conference 2019 in February. So it is, like Chip said, and multiple times, it is the system. It's part of the system. If you want to succeed with the unfranchised business development system and the WebCenter ownership, you want to follow the system. Part of that is getting trained, educated, attending, and promoting events. So here's my challenge to all of you for the week. Your challenge of the week is to create a possibilities list of 100 names that you're going to write down. Yes, I said write. With pen and paper, you're going to write them down, because the act of writing down the names is going to jog your memory and might actually make you think of other people to add to that list. So certainly we can print our Facebook list, we can print out our email list, but the act of taking some of those contacts and writing them down might actually make you think of some other contacts as well. So I'm going to challenge you all to have 100 names on a list, a possibilities list that you can start working through. And the most important thing is committing to reaching out to 2 per day with the objective of showing the plan 2 times per week. And that's really the 2 to 3 year plan, straight from J.R. Reidinger. 2 per week over the course of a year will get through that 100 contacts. And through 100 contacts, you will most definitely identify customers, you'll identify unfranchised prospects and possibilities, as well as potential website clients and digital marketing clients. So it's just part of the process. Sometimes, like Chip said, we think about mass activity and we're thinking about contacting 20, 30, 50 businesses or contacts on our names list, but then the next week we don't do any, or the week following we don't do any. This is really about doing daily, consistent activities that will lead to big results. And that's really just reaching out to 2 per day, and maybe once per week you do a call or connection workshop, and focusing on plugging people into the events for that week. If you stay consistent with that, showing 2 plans per week over the course of a year, you can't help but succeed and be on a path for an ongoing residual 6-figure income. So it really comes down to duplication and following the system. So I want to thank everyone for being on tonight. Again, week 8, talking about business building, and we're going to round it out next week, talking a little bit more closely about the WebCenter Pro program, and then we'll do a recap following that. So congratulations for being on tonight. And again, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us on the Facebook WebCenter Owner Support Group.